All right, folks, today is the day. I think it's been a 7+ month wait. We are going to pick up our new Coachmen Beyond here at Sunshine State RV, and we're going to film the walkthrough. So that sounds interesting to you? Stick around. All right, folks, this is Shelly. You probably have spoken with her or will speak with her if you're ordering from Sunshine State RV, right, Shelly?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm here to assist you with any questions, no pressure. I'm here to help you.
And she does a good job at it, too.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, here we are. Justin is going to be our walkthrough guide. There she is, and we'll go ahead and get started.
And I'll try to explain it the best I can with you guys being newbies to the RV world, okay?
Okay.
We'll start up here in the front part of the, of course, the Beyond's on a Ford chassis. In here will be your regular components. We'll go through them. Windshield washer fluid, air vent, your engine add, and your dipstick for your oil check is there. Brake fluid and your coolant. Your battery is not in here where your battery would normally be. It's up underneath. But if you wanted to be a good Samaritan, you can. Your positive post is under here. If I can get it to pop open.
It's the positive, and I think the negative is back.
It's on this stud right here.
That stud right there, okay.
Yeah, it's got a plastic coating on it.
Gotcha.
Just take that off.
Okay, good to know.
Okay,
all right.
That's pretty much it under there. If your battery ever dies, you got the emergency start. You can jump yourself off the house batteries. It kind of inverts that circuit.
Yeah.
To where you just push the momentary switch and turn your key, and it jumps off the house batteries.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
These are the sensors?
Yes. You might have it in your car. When you put it in reverse, it has that grid that shows up. And as you back up close to something, the grid might change colors or beep at you.
Yeah.
That's what's doing it, is these. And they're all around all corners and in the back of this machine. All right, step past me if you would.
Okay.
So we'll go right here. All right. I got a little cheat sheet here.
That's great.
And just for reference, because I knew we were going to talk about the tanks next, on this all-wheel drive vehicle, your fresh tank is 27 gallon, gray tank is 15, and your black water tank is 12 gallons.
Okay.
Black being your toilet water and your sewage, gray being your shower and your sink, and then your fresh tank is what you would carry on board to use, you know, cooking, whatever. Okay, so regular seat adjustment here. This kind of raises the whole thing up. You see it kind of cranking the whole thing. Of course, your tilt, your back of the seat. Your seat slide is just this bar.
Okay.
And then there's a lever here. It has a little yellow handle on it. You pull that out, and that'll be your your pivot, so you can kind of have like a little dinette.
Very good. Do you have to hold it?
Yeah, it is spring.
While it's being pulled out?
Can I try it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Excuse me. It's easier if you're not sitting on it, but you should be able to.
So I'll see if I can do it. Okay. Is this the...
It's a little yellow handle, has a little yellow plastic coating. You're going to pull it out forward. There you go. She did it like a pro.
There we go.
She's like, woo.
Okay.
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 Up.
Very good.
People complain about that feature, but that's really easy.
Yes. Just swing it hard until it latches. There you go.
Okay.
But you did fine. So
very good.
This will be your fuel add, your unleaded fuel, your mirror adjustment. On a Ford, you can just adjust the main big mirror, left and right. You just turn this dial and then steer it like a joystick where you want it to go. Windows up and down, lock and unlock. This switch right here is that emergency start that I told you about.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you push that, and it'd be a momentary switch. Like, you can't push it and leave it on. You got to push it and hold it, and turn the key. And it'll reverse the current from your house batteries to your chassis batteries, essentially jumping as you were using jumper cables.
Push it, hold it, and turn the key.
Yep, push it, hold, and turn, and it'll reverse that current.
Okay. Is there a hood latch in here, I'm guessing?
It's up underneath it. Go down to your left. Nope.
Nope, right here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see it. I see it there. Okay.
Yep,
very good.
It is there.
All
and
right.
then your lights and your lamps and your brightness on
Sure.
your cluster, you can turn the brightness
Okay.
up and down.
Okay, very good.
You'll get a starter kit. This isn't the be-all of sewer hoses, but it is the starter one. It doesn't have the end on it with the little elbow that you'd put in the dump station. But it twists on here. Just these little pegs. Maybe another one you might buy later down the road will have additional, okay?
Okay.
There's pegs on this pole there, a piece of pipe. 3-inch pipe is going to be your sewer. And just make sure it's pushed all the way back and twist it so them little teeth catch.
Okay.
You put this in your dump station.
I heard there's some a challenge with the lock. This. How does this cap lock on here? Is there a pin or something?
Nope, it's the
on some of
same
them?
same way as this
Just
hose.
twist and turn.
See how it
Okay.
has multiple teeth?
Yes.
What you want to make sure that people might have a problem with is when you line it up, make
Okay.
sure all of these teeth are hooked around each one of
Okay.
these pins. Now you have 2 valves under here.
Okay.
You have a black handle valve and you have a gray handle valve.
Yes.
Okay, inside you're going to have sensors. You're going to have a gray tank sensor and a black tank sensor. Just like I mentioned previously, you're going to have a black tank sensor that measures your black tank, which is your sewage and your water from your toilet. Gray valve, which is 1.5 inch. Your sewer hose is 3 inch. Okay, so it's one way to kind of tell. See how the hose is smaller?
Yes.
That tube?
That tube.
Yep, that's your gray tank.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I suggest, you guys being new, and take it or leave it, do your own research, of course.
Yeah.
You're gonna hook up the sewer, put it in the dump station, wherever you're at. Pull your black tank first.
First. Yep.
Black tank, water is your friend. Okay, I know you only have a 12-gallon capacity, but you don't want the solids to overrule the liquids.
Sure.
And if you're at an RV campground and you can hook up continuously, still leave this valve shut. Let it build up, okay? Because if you leave it open, as you use it, the liquids are gonna run out right out the tube, and your solids are gonna stay right in your tank.
Yeah.
That's the pyramid people talk about.
Poo pyramid. Yes, it is a.
Yeah.
It's an official term.
And an official term. And you can get some creepy crawlies going the other direction too, right?
Possibly, yes.
Possibly.
So you're gonna let this build up. Even if you're at an RV campground, let it build up. Water's your friend, like I said. When you pull it, that rush of water is gonna help get everything out the tube. Then leave it open. Pull your gray valve. That's going to be all your shower water that has soap and shampoos, dishwater. You might have a little bit of food particles and stuff in your sink. Pull that. That's also going to rinse your stinky slinky out, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that though. You got to leave it open. Leave the black open and pull the gray one.
You can. I do, because you're going to have other steps further on that you want them open for.
Okay.
And I'll explain that when we get to this little box right there.
Okay.
So that's that in a nutshell. All right, up here you have your outside wash station. If you play in the mud or hike or whatever. It is a quick connect. Right now the water is pressurized because I have the pump on. But what'll make it easier to disconnect this quick connect is squeeze the handle. So squeeze it and then push. It comes right out. It's just a little quick disconnect.
Okay. So
But-
you're pushing this when you take it out.
Yes.
Okay.
When you put it back in, you can just put it here and push.
Okay.
It clicks right in. So if you try to do that without me pushing the handle,
Let me
it's
go.
oh,
That's okay.
That's okay. That's all right. We'll edit that out. Don't worry.
No, we won't. We're keeping it
oh
in.
man. So it worked a little easier. Normally, when the pressure's on it, it's hard to push that back. That's why it
Okay.
kind of
So
shuts.
can I try it again?
Yeah, you can.
Well, you
squirt
want
it
to
back.
you want to open that up first, right?
Okay.
I'll squeeze
I'll
it.
let you.
I was going to give you permission to spray me back, is what.
No,
that
I
was.
wouldn't do it. It's all right.
There, go ahead. I can
Okay.
take it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it.
Right. So that's
Okay.
a little hit. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Let me do it one more time.
So you have to release that every time, just because you do it one
didn't.
time.
I didn't the time it sprayed. you.
Yeah, that's okay.
But it gives you a little.
But he
more.
has the pump on. That's why it's a
Yeah.
little stronger right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But don't throw this in your coach like this.
Yeah,
Even if you hang it down,
yeah,
it drips a little bit. You want to release the vacuum in it.
yeah.
All that will end up in your coach
That's a good.
or on your shoe, like I just
Is
did.
there a plug for that? Did you put
No.
it? No. Okay.
I just squeeze the handle, release the vacuum in it, so
Okay.
that air can push the water out.
Very good.
Okay, that's a good.
You will have a new one of those in your coach. That's just one we have
Okay.
for demonstration.
Okay.
Okay. For you have solar on top. For additional solar, if you wanted, this would be your direct port to it. So you'd buy one of those briefcase solar panels that you'd open up. One thing about that is space is limited in your Class B.
Yeah.
But if it's important to you, that would be the access point, and you can turn those panels with the sun. But really, even under here, I'll notice a reading.
Okay.
Even under cover. So those solar panels on top seem to be. So as I want to use different components that use propane, I can turn the switch on and off with inside. Now I've heard that that switch inside suffices because it doesn't allow the propane. I don't know exactly where that switch activates. This one activates right at the tank.
Okay.
So then it's going to go a little line then to a regulator, right?
Gotcha.
I'm not sure if the internal switch controls that regulator turning on and off, or if it's this one.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
But I have heard that the one inside suffices.
This is, I think, the pin issue where people, sometimes this pinches people's fingers and stuff like that. But
you would insert your stinky slinky in there.
Yep.
Put this in there and turn the valve. It does have a little lock of its own.
It just looks like a cotter pin.
Yes, that's all it is. You just open it up to a point. It's going to go in.
Okay.
Where's that? There's a little hole right here.
Yeah.
And then when they let go, it's kind of spring loaded. That's where they pinch their finger.
I gotcha. Yeah, because if that's not in there, you could be leaving your stinky slinky on the highway.
And then you'll have to use your hands or a bucket.
Yeah, or a bucket. Or your to-go
Right.
cup.
The exposure's real at that point, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
But that's it in a nutshell. As far as you can run an external barbecue, get a fitting that fits that coupler. It's just a quick detach, right? And
Heated already.
yeah, keeping me on my toes. So in here, if you're at an RV campsite, this is where you'd run your coax if they had cable at the campground.
Okay.
Okay. City water. When you want to hook up to continuous water, you're at a campground that provides water. You can leave the hose hooked up. You want to put it in the city water connection. You leave it hooked up. You don't need to use the water pump inside because you're going to use the pressure of the water getting into your coach.
Okay.
Now for your onboard water that you want to take with you, if you've got a long trip, you might stop at a rest area here or there. I don't know if you want to fill your tank up because that's fuel economy and miles per gallon, right? But you want to have a little bit in there so you can use the facilities inside. You'd fill it up here, which was what, 27 gallon?
Yeah.
Fresh water. So 27 times 8, that's pounds per gallon. That's how much extra weight you have on your chassis. Up here, your black tank flush. This is what I was going to talk about. When you pull your black valve and your gray valve and you're completely done, you can hook your hose up to here and turn the water on. What that is that goes right to a sprinkler that's inside your black tank.
I'll hold this.
There's a sprinkler inside your black tank, and as that water shoots through there, it's going to spray the corners of your black tank.
Okay, so that's what you need, a special...
Not special, just any hose.
Any hose.
And you have one with your starter kit that comes with it. It's a little 15-foot hose.
And you can spray that and it goes through
directly into your black tank.
And then it'll help flush all that out.
So as you have that valve still open, right?
Yes.
Because we left it open after we drained them.
Right.
You can hook the hose up to that, and the sprinkler inside the tank sprays, and that water will continuously run out. You'll get globs of toilet paper.
Yeah.
You'll get globs of different things. If you're diligent, I will close it, but I never leave it. Because if you don't, say I close that, I'm going to let it fill up a little bit to get the corners, and I get distracted. And that tank fills up. 12-gallon tank, right? Not too long. It's going to backfill into your toilet.
Ooh,
and it's going to overflow into your coach.
Wow.
We don't want to do that.
So that's why I say leave it
We
open.
appreciate that.
Yes.
I know
Good
it's not
tip.
the greatest topic to talk about, but
No,
it saves a lot
good
of grief.
tip. Heck yeah.
Another thing that we do personally in ours, we have a black tank flush too.
Okay.
The spray, it works.
Yeah.
We found it better because we run the hose right in the coach. Push the valve on the toilet so it's open, and we spray straight down. That's where that poop pyramid is going to build, right? Put the hose right in there.
Okay.
Spray straight down, and once, like I'm usually out here, my wife will be inside. She'll have the hose just blasting. And I'll watch the contents come out. When I start seeing fewer and fewer toilet paper particles or whatever, I'll say, okay, go ahead. Now you can buy the little treatment packs that you can drop in your toilet when you close everything up. What she will do, I'll close the valves, I'll say we're pretty good. She's gonna fill up the toilet 3 times and flush it. It's about a gallon of flush.
Yeah.
What that's gonna do is give me a little bit of water in my tank. We don't buy the little packets. They're kind of pricey and different things. We use the old school Geo method, which is borax, which is what kind of like the same chemical you'd use in a septic tank system, healthy bacteria, right? We'll use in the system, 12-gallon tank. I'd maybe use a half a cup. I fill up the toilet with water, put my half a cup of borax in there, flush it. I fill up the tank, so I have about 3 gallons, 3 toiletfuls of water in my tank. Use a little Dawn dish soap or fabric softener. That's going to be your deodorizer. Or, you know, like the Dawn dish soap, it's going to coat the inside of your tank. I do that every time I dump, and even when I store it. I put that stuff in there and I store it. When I use it, I take off driving. Now I'm driving with about 3 gallons in a 12-gallon tank, and it's going to slosh and beat up the sides and really coat the inside of the tank so it doesn't get dried up. And
Right. Okay.
Gotcha.
That's what we
That's
use.
great. And when you do the water hose, are you putting the hose through this way, or do you have one that wraps around through the front door? Do you go
Water hose is going to be from the faucet,
from the faucet,
from
and
the-
how do you get it inside the coach to the
right in the side doors.
Right in the side door. Okay.
Like ours is a
Sure.
5th wheel. We go right in the door up the 2 steps, and we
Okay.
bring it right into the bathroom. And then she'll just kink it if she needs to come
Yeah.
out for anything.
Okay.
Try to keep the doors open so she can yell at me if she needs me to close the
Yeah.
valve.
It's a magnet.
Yep.
Magnet for the
That little bumper, so when you open the doors, we're going to get to
Okay.
that right now.
Okay.
All right, we'll start outside first. There you got your reverse camera there. Okay, and you got your receiver hitch here.
Yeah.
Can't remember exact number, but they're pretty uniform across the board. 500 hitch weight and 3,000 pound towing capacity with the motor.
Okay.
So that can be a utility trailer. Sometimes people put those cargo containers.
Oh yeah.
You'll have a 5-pin, your 7-pin, and your 4-pin. So
Wow,
if you have
that's
a
great.
bigger trailer
Yeah.
that has brakes of its own, electronic brakes,
Sure.
you use the 7-pin connector. It's
We've
just-
seen the stowaways; those are nice, but we're also looking at maybe some e-bikes, and I know it has to be rated because those can be a little heavy,
Yes.
50 to 60 pounds. There's some lighter ones, but
And the tow weight is listed
The
5,000.
here?
Hitch weight is 500, tow weight is
Okay.
5,000 tow weight.
It's inside on
Yes.
the
Yes.
thing.
And you said
500 hitch weight.
hitch weight,
That's
okay.
Your pin weight.
gotcha.
Okay.
Little latch here, opens both sides. And you notice that these do have kind of a detent. It kind of holds it there. You can disconnect it, just be careful. Gust of wind can send this around. Even though there's that little bumper there, the magnet as you described, we can unlock it. It's gonna disconnect that hinge.
Gotcha.
Okay. I might be too close over here, but that allows me to swing it all the way open, and it's gonna click.
Gotcha.
It is fairly stout, but you can see it still comes loose.
Sure.
Do be careful with windy days and stuff like that. It
Okay.
can still swing around and cause some damage. When you bring it back in, this is just going to come right in this little hinge. I don't know if you can get a picture of that. Once it is in there, you still have to lock it.
Got it.
Okay.
And then that makes it so it's
Okay.
connected. All right, up top you have 2 little compartments. They put your back blinds in there. You can put them wherever you want.
They're great.
Yeah. You grab one for me. And these will just Velcro to these little tabs.
Okay.
Sure. Kind of a reach, but
Well, and I'm short, so.
So she took this one out of there, so that one's gonna go over there.
Yeah,
they are
I did opposite.
That one is
I
wider.
did opposite.
You got them on the wrong side there. That's good to know. That's good to know.
I figure they're fairly uniform. My
I
bad.
did that. Okay, that's better than I thought.
Privacy at night. Don't fall out of there, please.
No, that's all right. If I do, it's not on you anymore.
All right, step on down.
Yep.
She's all over it. She got that front seat sealed in there first try.
Okay.
All right. Up here you do have a screen.
Yeah.
Instead of climbing up in there all the time, you have this hang down and then you can reach it.
Yay for short.
And it'll slide down. I got some stuff in the way, but it magnetizes to these little. Keeps the bugs out, but you can still have a breeze.
Okay, that's good.
That outside spray port, say your water pump is not on inside the coach. Rather than make one more trip in your coach, stuff on your feet, whatever, you can turn your water pump on and off out here.
Okay.
Did not know that.
Does one supersede the other?
No, they do kind of cancel each other
Okay.
out. If it's on in there and you switch this, it should turn your pump off and vice
Okay.
versa. So they're
Okay.
linked
Wow, good to know.
Yeah, I could just see that's a double
Yeah.
check.
Yeah, that is not something I saw in any of the videos, so that's good to know. All right.
Okay.
Back here are your blinds for the front.
Okay.
Okay, I got one out. I'll show you that when we
Okay,
leave.
that's great.
You have your big window blind. It's kind of old school where you put the visors down. It kind of holds in there. These are held by magnets sewn within it. This one has a little tab that says P for passenger side. And the
Okay.
other one that's in the bag, I'll say D for driver side.
Okay.
And there's this, you can feel it, little magnet disc right there.
I can feel it.
And then they will